All right, Mustang fans, welcome to today's edition of Player Spotlight. I'm your host, EKF FULL, and I'm here with running back Braden West. Braden, great game last week for you. You know, you had two of the scores and one of the big explosive plays of the game with your 59-yard touchdown. How can you build on that momentum, even though it was later in the game, going forth in the season? Awesome. And as a senior leader, how can you get the other players and you yourself, to really play with some intensity? And like Coach says, play with your hair on fire. I feel like you're hairy right now. It's kind of giving us that illusion here. But how do you keep that intensity going? All right, it's time for our player spotlight. I'm here with Kevin Robledo. He's the kicker for SMU. Kevin, it's great timing to be asking this question as we're freezing out here, but you've had a lot of weather conditions to deal with this year as a kicker. So how does that affect your game? Touching on that mindset, how do you maintain that, mental stability? You've had a lot of consistent kicks this year. If you're 9 for 13 on your field goals. So do you have a mental program that you kind of go through to make sure that you stay calm? With the new rule this year for college football with the whole, touchback rule, has that affected your kicking strategy at all? We're happy to have you on the hilltop now, but you've transitioned. You've been to a junior college. You've played D1. So, what's your favorite part about playing for SMU? All right, Mustang fans, I'm here with long snapper Garrett Stotts. Garrett, you're a senior here. You've played all 4 years as a starter. So, what does it feel like to be entering your last game at Ford Stadium here as a Mustang? Long snapping takes a lot of mental preparation, a lot of mental management. It's hard because a lot of people don't know the guy, unless you mess up. So how do you, keep yourself calm and maintain that, calm mindset? And as a senior leader on the team, what is one thing that you have really instilled in the younger guys this year, especially under a whole new coaching staff and leadership? Environment. Speaking of which, we got W here at a lot of y'all's games. So do you ever get nervous playing in front of a former president of the United States? Now I hear a lot of hype about these status jet cookies on y'all's road games. So now this is just out of curiosity for me because you've been through a lot of SMU basketball games here, and you're probably listening to Coach in the huddle. But if you could play any of the games during the media timeouts, like the Whataburger Fries Shuffle, the Lyft Mustang Karaoke, maybe even the little car race, I feel like the layup for luxury challenge, you'll probably be a little too good at. So I don't know if you'd be allowed to play that, but you can come back in a few years. Which one would you pick?
Give me the half court.
Big week. We got a rivalry game coming up. So does that affect your preparation at all? You touched on that a little bit by saying, there's so many freshmen on the team, and you being a senior leader, you're the sole senior. So how does it feel to have that level of leadership? Game last week, James, you got to play in a great environment. So just tell us, what was it like playing in the big house? Coach last night at his talk show was praising you for how focused you were in practice all week, and obviously you were able to maintain that focus throughout the game. So, how did you stay focused with all that going around you? Such a loud stadium, and throughout the whole week leading up to such a big event. That game really showed that you were the go-to guy. So going forth, you're definitely going to be on the radar for all these defensive coordinators for the opponents that are coming up. So how do you prepare for, more coverage and just really having to be the go-to guy out there? Well, we're excited you're here. You've had some experience playing in front of some big crowds, but last week, the big house is an awesome environment for sure. So just walk us through that experience. Yeah, with transfer rules, you had to sit out for a year. So how does it feel, and how do you adjust and having that off year to finally being back under the big lights?
Um,
It's a tough week, being a defensive guy coming up against Navy's triple option. So I'm sure y'all been studying up, but how does a physical linebacker like yourself really prepare to face the option scheme? Coach praised you last night for your physicality and your mental toughness as well. So how can you be a leader on the team and get the other defensive guys, to also kind of pick up on that and stay strong and win that battle all the way through the fourth quarter?